cream for ice cream. All right, so that's an oldie but a goodie. I haven't gone live in a while. I don't really need to. So many of you go out live out there yourselves. Maybe it's more interesting. Shout out to the replay crew. Who's up at this hour? This late hour. Well, I don't see anyone though. There's one there. There's one there. Yes, you lurker, you. Anyways, we had an interesting night last night. Let's get down to this. Apparently, according to some people who love talking mad shit about others, especially in their ill presence, Willie! How you doing, man? Anyways, so it was over there in a channel that I do frequently venture, as many of the others, known as Angel Newfound Life. He's a pretty chill guy. Never really had an issue with this man, other than what happened last night, which I called out, of course. I think he was rather uncomfortable. Thank you very much, Boeing 777. I know I saw you there, by the way. But anyways, the first runner-up on that channel was someone News Now. How you doing, man? Someone known as Draggy, a.k.a. Dragon Classy Diamond Art. That's one that goes back a ways. Last notably seen on a channel known as Grikers. Now that one used to get on COVIDs quite a long time ago, but doesn't anymore. Well, let's just say this kind of goes back to someone known as Dulcie Betty. Has anybody seen her around lately? I sure haven't. She would block me like Wicked does in every chance she got. I mean, don't get me wrong. But apparently this talking about people is stalkery, or as corrosive commentary had noted, creepery. Creeper. Of course, without knowing all the facts. Of course. And we discuss the history of Dragon and myself, someone who I've vaguely spoken to on YouTube who ran off that panel as soon as I came up there. Black Rose, 21843, who didn't have the spine, the gall to get up on that panel and go ahead and state her case, put her facts out there. I didn't see her call me a stalker, though, did you? No, apparently she DM'd something to Angel NFL. Rada got up on there. Good old Rada 2.00 was live last night, I guess, with me in the title once again. Squishy was up there. I didn't really tune into it, though. I was busy doing other things, like clipping lights. 19 people in the house. So Rada grabs this community tab that I shared of Black Rose 21843. Apparently mentioning her is stalkery. Well, no, actually, this is called commentary. So we'll be discussing that and a whole lot more tonight. Don't like it? I'm sorry for you. I do appreciate all those who show up. I love my fans. I love all of you so very much. But when people get on here and they toss out the stalker, the predator, the PDF claim, which of course Rada did do with Blue Eyes 4303 back in late, I think it was in December of 24 on Polly Crispy's channel. Now there's an itinerant man, comes and goes. He would not answer that question. He wouldn't answer any of my questions. Of course, naturally, I returned this favor swiftly and didn't answer any of his. Of course. And when surprisingly, Angel was, kind of going to bat for him, well, more than kind of. And then Bubs was up there too, and he wanted to chime his 2 cents. And also, I haven't talked to him in quite a while. All rooting for Rada, who did not show a single receipt and was so triggered and livid. He was literally calling every account that said something derogatory about him as me. Now, there was another guy I saw in the chat known as Animal. He's a pretty cool kind of guy. I believe he'd server once before, but it's been quite a while. I've been back in like 24 when I first got the thing going. It's still there. There's not much going on in it, but it'd be nice to do some more things with it. Any ideas? Send them my way. Make it more fun. But anyways, Rada shows he pulls up this tab on this Black Rose. Of course, we're going to talk about her tonight because, well, you know, obviously that's what a lot of them want to do. So I figured, well, why the hell not? I mean, hey, if this is going to be the topic of discussion, let's get her going. Let's do this. So anyways, Black Rose, the history of her that I know. I know she came from the Watchdogs just the same as Huckleberry did. Lisa B, Preston, are you still on? You can set the record straight if you want to. Judge, an executioner, or the judge as he goes by, another familiar face from that side of YouTube back in the day. But as we had, Sunshine and Flowers, that would be Black Rose on Huckleberry's channel in the chat. Now, she did come on as this Black Rose 21843 on Lisa B's channel sometime there later, because she didn't want anyone to know that she was on both channels. How conniving. Anyways, she used that Black Rose account, and there was another channel called Crazy Bitch. And I don't know if that was I don't know if it was Virgo Triad or Kimball's, who apparently has found Jesus and God. Last I saw her in COVID's chat. Why don't you go ask her that question instead of me? Now, Rada had thrown out there that I had been messaging with Black Rose. I was waiting for those receipts, but they never came through. Just like Dragon Classy said, I stalked her a couple of years ago when she got on a channel known as Jamie Growth and Development, preaching that one morning. Now, someone known as Shift Happens even got involved in that, looking for receipts to, support that. I mean, obviously, if you've got somebody that's stalking somebody, or cyber stalking, that is, rather, or any fathom of stalking, that would be a concern. But don't you got to have receipts to go along with that? I think you do. News Out Preston, you know about Black Rose, but I'm not going to put you on the spot. I think you guys had some kind of agreement to not talk to each other, whatever, and that's between you guys and not me. But I figured everybody's wanted to talk about this on Angel's channel earlier. It normally talks about Mike Cerrone. It is true I was on a university police and public safety department to work directly for. Was not a subcontractor thereof, or was in security. No, I think I've more than proven that. But besides the point, in that ongoing troll for 3 fucking years. So Dragon Classy had made this assertion, just as apparently Black Rose kind of insinuated without directly saying that she was being stalked, is tagging someone in a fucking community tab is stalkerish. Now, Corrosive wouldn't go as far as that, but he would call that creepery, I guess. I did tag him a couple times earlier in my tab, and Black Rose has had her tagging shut off for several years that I know of, shortly after I think she got on. She used to go. So, anyways, what Black Rose did is I did troll her enough where I got her to finally click a link and come on Lisa's old channel, or CMTSU channel, one of I think 2 or 3 that got nuked over the course of time, which is rather unfortunate for her. I mean, that sucks, I know. And she was using this voice disguiser. And because, again, she didn't want anyone to know, who she really was. Some of the stories of her life have since been put on blast. One in particular by someone that she would consider one of her dearest, truest, most bestest friends in the whole wide world list. And only to go back for more. Hey, how you doing, Stabby? There's somebody Black Rose loves to talk a lot of shit about in Discord and YouTube. Yeah, Black Rose is trying to clout chase off of Stabby Shade here. And good job ignoring the bitch. Yes, men are bitches too. Rod is a bitch. I did call Corrosive that once. He can be funnier than shit. I mean, he was on Golden Boy, the GNN, was it Golden Boy Network? He used to be Tonic, and Sales channel. And don't get me wrong, the wicked weenie can be funnier than shit. Somebody made a comment about that earlier with Rod on her. I got to be honest with you. I actually do miss the old ambient alcohol days when you had Squishy and you had Winnie, Dutchie in the mix there, absent Rada. I thought that was a great mix. I mean, yes, they did block me. She blocked me because she thought I was Jackstar 71 or 2 or 3 or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. It was either her or one of her mods. I'm not sure which. It was one of their earliest panels that they actually did back in March of 2023. Going on 3 years ago now. But I still enjoyed watching the content. I did, and it sucked when Truthfinder UK nuked that channel, and he nuked the Pathetical Diaries that Dutchie had going. She was streaming like Quick Vic and Mr. P and all that. I almost said whatnot, but I bit my lip on that. Shout out to the Maya Pink Birdo out there. We are on topic, I think, aren't we? We're going to bounce around here a little bit. Anyways, Black Rose is using this voice disguiser. She was I was one of Lisa's, not her original mod, but I was one of her earlier mods when she first got going. I think Rob C probably, or someone, I probably was one of her first mods, or maybe Preston that was in the chat here earlier. I'm not sure which. They would know, but it really doesn't matter at this point. But she was covering Huckleberry, and that's what her whole channel was about. That was long before all of the shit show side drama kind of made its way on there, and the return of one ASMR and all of that. And that was right at the hype of when Bird went off his complete nut and started going at them, which of course, are you listening out there, Terratopia, this is the only shout out you're going to get tonight, so take it as they come. Apparently he's got some top secret channel he goes live to, I don't know why, this audience of 5. Why not just use the channel you have now? I mean, no one's even paying attention to you there. But that's a whole other story, and I'm not going to get into that. But Black Rose was timing me out. She started timing out other people, like it was Lady Di 49, because she was going, hey, you're letting Bedtime Clown and all these people go at me in the chat, and you're like knocking me out. What the fuck is wrong with you? So that was kind of the early on Black Rose. Now Black Rose eventually figured out how to use StreamYard. And when I would get up there, she would always crank my audio down to like nothing. She would throw me back. So when I was actually trying to communicate for the first time ever with people like Virgo Triad or Kimball's, what I call Kibbles and Bits, it just wasn't happening. I mean, she was not going to let that happen, and it just didn't. So there is that. So, of course, guys like Rada don't know shit from Shinola, any of that. All that guy does is repeat shit he hears from other people. He kind of jumped in the wagon wheel after Tonic was having me on his panel and all of that trolling that was going on a couple of years ago. But, he never took it as far. And he's actually a funny kind of guy, right? I mean, he's actually got some... just a good blend, garden variety of topics or streams that he goes over. Something I don't do on my channel. I've done it a couple times, don't get me wrong, but not very often. So there's that. Love the Abe sock accounts. Please keep them going. For sure. Talk about living rent-free and being the landlord. Your rent is due. Sir, ma'am, or it. So, well, you are definitely tuned in. So there is that. You are definitely there. I can only guess who that would be, but I'm not going to. I really don't care. Waste of time and oxygen. I would say that about Black Rose 2143 though, Daddy. Virgo Triad, if she's even around anymore, isn't out there like peeing on every fire hydrant channel she can find and try to make a name for herself. So you know what I mean? She's trying to chase clout off of you, and that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Well, it does, but it doesn't. I mean, she was never involved in Hebrews, Hammer Operators, anything between stuff that was going on with you guys. I mean, I wasn't. I mean, I would be more in tune with it than obviously someone like he would be. Any day of the week and twice on Sunday. But as far as what was going on in BCs or any of that, I have no idea, and I really don't care. I wasn't there, and that's just that. Moving on. I mean, Stabby and I hit it off pretty rough, rocky road in the beginning, and I wasn't allowed in her and Kristen's server, and it was what it was. Moving on. I mean, life goes on. Don't make me sing that now. Empty Nest. Remember that? That was a great sitcom in the 80s. So anyways, life goes on, and so do we. Just how we do it is no mystery. And all of that. But I think that's an era that I grew up in. I mean, a lot of us did. Why would I give a wrench to a stock account of me? Yeah, that. Or whoever you are. I can't, even if I wanted to, I can't. I'm on my phone, and I'm on the StreamYard side. Anyways. So Black Rose has got this voice disguiser going on, and this other guy comes along known as Naven Johnson. Yes, that is correct. I know that is true. I know she did. I know that to be true. Rose, I think, is going through an identity crisis right now with herself. She basically landed on all these channels because through me. I mean, she was tailing me everywhere I went. She was finding every channel that I was hanging out on. And her and this hillbilly man, retard, I know that's a way overused word on here, so I'll just call him Dotard, who literally got trolled by Rick Crude of all people, turned his camera on and showed me outside of his house on Hebrews channel about 2 years ago. And people like Harry Balls, 5557, and so on and so forth were all kicking me out of server, saying I doxed this guy. No, he doxed himself. Thank you very much. And I did prove that. I put that video. It's had over 100 views. Still on my channel, by the way. It is. Remember, guys, if it's said on YouTube, it must be true. So there's that. So anyways, Naven Johnson comes along of all people. Who is Naven Johnson? And him and I have definitely bunted heads. I don't hate this guy at all. He actually can be very interesting and a very useful tool. Or I would say he's not a tool, but I'm saying almost like he can be helpful if he wants to be. If he wants to be. And he did make a finer point with me on calling people out on Flying Monkey's channel and whose channel was that? His channel and her channel, and Bedtime Clown's channel. They were using ER Videos channel as well, and all of that. I can't see what's going on in the chat with mod logs or anything, because I'm on the StreamYard side. So if someone's dicking around, you can DM me about it, no problem. I will not call you a stalker if you would like to DM me. Goes for anyone. And talk about whatever. Somebody asked me if I've had any contact with Black Rose, outside of YouTube. And the answer to that is no, I have not. I saw that she signed up for Discord. She jumped in a couple servers that I was already in, and I have not communicated with her. I made some comment or something back at her in a server, and I didn't even reply to her comment. I just dropped it in there because I just got fed up with her constantly talking about Stabby shade. That's all she does. That's all she has to talk. All she does is talk shit about people. She has nothing else going for her, and that's how you know someone is not that intellectual. Sorry. but you're just not. I mean, if all you do is get on the YouTube and just talk straight shit about people, you have nothing else to say, well then, yeah, I mean, come on. I like to get out and have fun. And Bedtime Clown got blocked from my chat from a manager mod because he wouldn't stop talking about PDF simp shit with me and his lies over that. I mean, that stuff's already been debunked, already been proven long time ago. And there was a screenshot that 69 Mammy had taken. She gave it to people like Rick Crude and them, and it wound up in the hands of Tyrant, We the People Tyrant Wars, who put this up in a community tab accusing me of bringing this guy, Rick Productions, on Lady Di's channel in 2023. When it was this guy, Axel Bailey, aka Canada, who had been berating her on Skype for 2 weeks to do it, and she ultimately let this guy on over it. It was a bait and switch trap that guy had set. And that's an even longer story, and nobody cares. 3 fucking years ago. Get over it. Get over yourself. So anyways, let's see here. Why so nice? That's funny. Let's see. So Maven decodes her voice within lickety split in no time at all. And then exposes to the world that is Sunshine and Flowers off of Huck's channel. Now remember, Black Rose was hanging out on Huck's panel, and I DM'd Corrosive earlier about this. And it is true. I assume he got it. He'll never respond, and that's fine. I don't care. As long as I know he got it. I mean, you might watch who you're rooting for there, Spud, because I'm telling you, Black Rose was one of these ones with Hillbilly Man who was getting up on Huckleberry's panel when she was talking about your family members and saying very disgusting, horrific things I wouldn't even dare repeat on my channel. And she just sat there like panel furniture and going along with it. That's who Black Rose is. That's who she is. She was a groupie with Huckleberry and them, and that. These are people that were originally in the Watchdog. Is that the real Eric Lawless? I would be surprised. I don't think it is. But anyways, if it is, I mean, you are here, so I would say you suck too. Now that guy said some pretty shitty stuff about stupid silly wabbits. Or hey TOS, what's going on? I do say hi to you, see? And don't get me wrong, that guy is an absolute piece of trash. I mean, there's no question about it. But I know some of the things that guy has done. AC had highlighted some of that on, I think, on his channel. Either Authority Check Presents or the shit show about him is all true about that guy. Very definitely not one to be trusted. Really bad news. And Misery does love company. It's a wonder that him and Black Rose became sort of virtual boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever you want to call it. Things that got put out about Black Rose's personal life that she told people like Huck in confidence that I wouldn't dare repeat on here. I have highlighted it on told her on panels. I'm like, you think you're Miss Perfect out here, but you have a very jagged past, and that stuff got put out, and that's unfortunate for you. But you might want to watch, throwing the book at people, and then shit gets put out about you next. So there is that. I mean, Hilly Man challenged me for 9 months that I didn't have a picture of him. And you know me, I don't put up pictures that come off of like Instagram or Facebook or whatever, not without that person's consent. So naturally, I had cam slips of people on this very platform on panels like this. And I finally did. I mean, he finally just said that I had enough of him, and I finally just put it out there. I said, okay, that's fine. You want it? Here you go. You asked for it. And that guy threw a bitch fit for months over me doing that. Well, if that's not your picture, why would you care? Well, it actually is. And it is a little embarrassing. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, it is what it is. That picture got sent to me when I was not even on YouTube. Would you believe that? Too many secrets. So Black Rose is a groupie, and she wants acceptance. She wants to fit in with all these different channels. And that's fine. Have fun with it. Oh, look who's here. Trust me, if somebody timed this village idiot out for his shit talk, I absolutely wouldn't lose any sleep over it. Just saying. So what is with these people calling people PDFs? I mean, Rick Crude is the one who started calling me this back in 23, I think it was, when he lost his channel. Where's proof of that? I'm waiting. Just like on Angel's channel here. I mean, Rada got up there and just ran his mouth as usual. Even said I got fired from my campus police job, and that's not true either. I left on very good standing when they dissolved us, and we all did. And you know, it's unfortunate they dissolved the department, but that kind of stuff happens. It happens more often than you might think, and it is what it is. And so I could go back to work there anytime that I want to. If there's a job opening, I'm qualified for it. I can certainly put in for it. So with that being said, there's not much else to say about someone like that. These are people that are low-level grade channels. I remember this is what she did. She got angry at some of the people on the shit show, so she started hanging out. This is Black Rose now, you know. So she started hanging out on. She started going to places that after she got kind of ticked off at them a little bit. Some kind of accusations about Steph or something. Steph still hangs around my channel a little bit. She made a comment on my tab earlier, and I threw one right back at her. So take that. So much more. Terry, why can't you get her on your channel? I know you'd love to. I mean, just saying. Talk about a pissing contest. Jesus Christ, what a cluster mess. What was I going to say to that effect? Now, so Rose definitely loves to just kind of, you know, figure out a way to kind of interject herself. And if you look at the history of any of her comments or screenshots that I've been given or I took myself, combination thereof, it's pretty much the same sad song with her. All she does is come in the chat, say hello to everybody like Dragon does, and then all Dragon does is really say hello to everybody, and that's it. She made a mistake today and got up on the deal and started talking shit about me again. But anyway, it is what it is. Everyone's free to say or do whatever they want. I really don't give a shit. I mean, it's just words spoken on the internet. I mean, there's no validity to it. There's nothing there. Like Clash with Bao was on Andrew's channel with Rada on there trying to overtalk him, and you know, and there's just no like context to it. There's no facts, and that was dead on. He was spot on, whether you like that guy or don't. And he goes back a long ways. How many would you? You know, there's some of these people I knew way back before this panel shit even existed. Do you guys know that? I mean, I'm not new out here either. You know, I've been around a while too. But no, Black Rose is just another channel out there. Somebody that has nothing going on. They're as boring as they are. When they get on the panel, they just annihilate it. Very monotone voice. Very vindictive, I would say. Very vindictive person that she is. And that's just my opinion. I mean, everyone has their opinion, and why can't I have mine? I mean, hey, if these people can talk about me, I can definitely talk about them. So there's that. I mean, you know, if you're going to call me, say I'm stalking because I'm talking about Black Rose 21843, well then guess what? You're stalking too, because you talk about people all the fucking time on your channels. So take that and so much more. I mean, what kind of high horse and double-edged sword, double standard do we got going on out here, guys, right? I mean, hey, if you can fire up your channel and you can do whatever, you can talk shit about me, and I love it when they say, well, why are we talking about this person? They're not here right now. How do you know? First of all, how do you know they're not here? Just lurking it. And number two, let's talk about you guys. And when you talk shit about everybody else, and how do you know they're around? I don't see them in the chat. They're not on the panel, so there is that. That, my friends, is called moving the goalpost. Absolutely freaking is. Dutchie, are you out there somewhere? I told you this live stream was not going to be about you. It wasn't, and it's not. I just kind of conjured up that name, just for fun. Shits and grins, man. Shits and grins. I have seen so many of these little communities. I mean, it's not even funny. People don't realize that I already had experience at dealing with this, from a little community that I was involved in, back in 2018, 17, 18, somewhere in there. Yes, I did disappear for 2 years. Life took a turn, like a job, and I just got bored with this shit. But by the time I left, that community was already about getting about split in half because all the infighting going in there without even me being there. And then when I came back, I'm like, where is everybody? Where did everybody go? So I was seeing self-destruction going on in that community. And it just, it just slowly fell apart, and people went their separate ways. People got obsessed over me when I made my return, just like you see now, just like you saw back in 24-ish on here, really 23, but more definitely in 20, the big 2-4. That's for damn sure. But it's like, people, if you can't keep these, they can't keep my name out of their mouths, and then they sit there and they bitch and holler when I come around the bend, which is not that often, to take the bull by the horns. I mean, you're talking about me, so yeah, of course I'm gonna talk about you. All about Abe 2026, hell yeah, baby. So anyways, I just get on here and I like to have fun. You can read some of the things I've got in my community tab tonight about what was going on Angel's channel earlier. I don't hate him. I really do not hate him. Is that the real? No, that's not the real him, is it? I don't think so. Maybe it is. Anyways, I can't wrench anybody right now. I'm sorry. I'm on my phone. But, don't take personal the little video short I did earlier. That was just, I like to have fun. It's what I do. Has William Brooklyn done anything to me? No, doesn't even know me. I know he's had issues with other people. All right, that's cool. Other people out there, and I guess he kind of comes from that, what's it called, the 90 days in, or whatever the heck it's called, community, a whole different area of YouTube. And this guy known as, Frank, from the Netherlands or something, got on the shit show one time, or got somebody redirected him there, gets on there, and it's just game on. And that's kind of how all that came to be with like Jen and the rest of them. Anyways, but thanks for stopping by. And feel free to hang out if you want. I'm sure you have absolutely no clue what I'm talking about. And trust me, you're probably better off not knowing either. So trust me when I say that. All right, that's cool. I believe it's him. I can't do any wrenching right now. I could. No, it's not liar. Okay, well then it's a fake. I kind of thought so. But anyways, look, I don't know. I have to go back on the chat replay and find out for myself. So it's just like LA Spike pointed out that the Hebrew operator that was in Mob Boss's chat about a month or so ago only had about 7 or a couple or 2 or 7 subs. Probably was not him. Just somebody using a Saga account. Okay. I get it. You're talking. This is what happens when you go live. You have completely different parallels going on the panel and the chats. It is what it is. That's what goes on when people go live. And that's just that. Anyways. But yes, if you were on Angel FL's channel earlier, if you weren't, I definitely would encourage you. Feel free to go check that out. He actually had made a comment that, well, I guess there goes my wrench on his channel. No, it's not. I think he's a manager mod on here. I am not for sure on that one. It doesn't really matter. But no, he's not going to lose his mod on here, and it does still show up as wrenches on the StreamYard side. But it's not. It really isn't fine. I got confused. Something else going on in the chat. And that's that. That's what it is. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. No hard feelings. Actually, that short had a lot of views. A lot of people. The shorts go into a different algorithm. Algorithm. You know, the other guy invented the internet besides Clinton and Bill Gates. So yeah. Did your Prime lost his Discord account? Fucking around too much? Man, that's a hefty price to pay. That guy was flooding them VCs, man. Every time I turned Discord on, he was in there. Somewhere. Well, man, that's what less is more would mean. Absolutely. People were trying to pull the whole Mike Cerrone thing with me on Angels, and I just wasn't having any part of it. I was just, listen, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but you're talking to a guy who's got a lot of experience in this very area. I've been dealing with losers like Rada for at least a couple of years now. All he does is repeat the same stupid one-liners, and he's got 3 or 4 of them over and over and over again. It's just boring. I got tired of this guy calling me a predator and a stalker in chats, and I just Google blocked him. I don't have to deal with him anymore. But other people can see what he's saying, but I can't see what he's saying, and I like it that way. I really do. Rod is a loser, absolute loser. I do know that he met Dulcie Betty back. This is like 2020. There is a little video on my channel about that. Feel free to go check that out at your leisure. But they were involved in the UPK group, and to my knowledge, that's kind of how they got connected. Someone else can set the record straight on that. And even if I'm wrong, I mean, hell, I don't got to show receipts. If guys like him don't got to show receipts, and nobody out here is going to call them out for that, then guess what? You got it. Anyways, but I do know that they were doing a lot of Discord chats privately with each other, and Dulcie was recording them. And COVID's, yes, you absolutely were right. You should have heeded the warning from that. You should have. And she started recording him, and then I remember being in the asylums VC when accusations were going out that she was making against him, and that's why Dragon Classy doesn't get on COVID's channel no more, because she sided with her. Dulcie Betty against him. Yeah, that happened. So there's more to the story than meets the eye, but then there was Tyler Durden, who he got her channel nuked. Then there was what's her name? Liliana, who he got up on Vegas Valley channel, and even Joey was calling him out and saying, "Man, she's no G'er on the channel," and yeah, she actually is. And leave her alone. Quit harassing her. And he had to eat that one up. I was there watching that too. I don't get involved in the Vegas Valley anything. I just don't. I mean, there's plenty of people that cover it from both angles, both in Discord and on YouTube. And why I would just become another. No, that's not me. Thank you very much. Where was I going to go with this? Terry, like I said, read a room. I made a pretty direct and it was a pretty serious community tab there, and it was more of a relay from somebody else about something else. I'm not going to repeat here. And I mean, come on. I mean, there's plenty of tabs on there. You can go in there and put your whatever in there, and I know you're psycho obsessed over my community tab, and I'm flattered at it, but maybe use your community tab once in a while. Well, no, he does use community tab, but just nobody ever comments in it. So I'm not gonna get in the whole Terry thing. You all know about all of that, and the Tyrant Bird thing. I guess you went live the other day. I didn't know that. No numbers in chat, please. No numbers in chat. 23 people in the house. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. The shit show even stopped by and said, "Terry, you better run for dear life." I remember when Terry got on Lisa B's channel and AC showed up, and well, anymore. And listen, I don't bother Lisa. I don't talk ill about her. I do like her, but she keeps pulling my wrench, and I just can't use the chat. So I just quit going there. It's really that simple. There's nothing else more to it than that. Doesn't mean I won't occasionally tune in, but you won't see me chatting in there because I just, the Black Rose and them just tired me out. I mean, most of the people that were doing that a couple of years ago have just moved on from it. I mean, it's old, crusty old news. Terry disappeared from my chat. The big bad AC is in the house, so you better run. He does that when that golden boy comes around. He flees my tab when that guy comes around. I mean, Terry, these are the people that you were like friends with at one time, and then you started talking shit about them, and you're such a hypocrite, Terry. There he is, because what are you trying to do? Are you trying to be like the morality compass and like steer the ship in the right direction for all these guys? Because man, you were knee deep in this stuff back then too, and just what is it? I mean, it's just going live and trolling and whatever, right? Yeah, you did that. I mean, are you here to are you here to just put us all in check, or what's up? What did I say? What? I'm just saying. I mean, Terry, I just don't get you. And you know what? Why should I even want to? I mean, now you go live and the only thing you talk about is me. Sam Hill wouldn't give you the time of day. I mean, he just went live the other day. I didn't hear him say a word about you, dude. May Noodles is not around. I mean, she kind of cleaned your clock with copyright strikes, which caused you to self-delete your channel there not that long ago, last year. So there it goes. I don't know. I'm talking about how Terry went on this big meltdown and started like launching missiles at you guys. That's what I'm talking about. And whatever. I mean, I don't get it. It's not for me to get. But Terry, I mean, you did you. You did you. It's again. We've gone over this many times before. I mean, you do you. I have not seen any of them speaking about you at all. They've just moved on. Or so it would seem. So maybe I don't know. Are you looking to like reinvent yourself? You're probably not going to gain too much traction off of me. I mean, there's only 23 people in this chat right now. I'm not like this big heavyweight champion superstar like Mike Cerrone, self-described, of course. He is on here. Didn't even go live on his own channel. Now, Mike did post one community tab. One on his old channel. And I mean, I used to go in there and drop links to channels that were all trying to get him up on there. I did. And it worked every time. But see, the channel he's got now, he doesn't have any community tab going on, so he can't leave any comments. And he's got his tagging turned off. So you can't tag him either there. So that sucks. That really sucks. Well, anyways, they love me, they love me not. Whatever. I don't know. Venn diagrams. I remember those. God, I remember those. Ugh. High school and college basic math. Let us see here. Apparently, your attitude determines whether you're a stalker or not. We've learned that tonight. Okay, we learned that tonight over on Angels. We also learned that making community tabs and tagging people that talk shit about you, and have for the longest of times, is also either A, stalkerish, or B, creeperish, depending on who you talk to. Naturally, they would be exempt from that, but I guess I would not be. My community tab, I shared a lot of information on there, guys. Feel free to just go to town in there, man. I put up the U.S. code on it. The 18 USC was a 2261A or some shit like that. I'm not very good with numbers. Go check it out. But that's only the U.S. code that covers stalking. There's also stalking that covers state statutes. Corrosive tried to use an example. Well, did you hashtag her on 3 different channels? As far as I recollect, no. But even if I did, what does that prove? Nothing. Tagging people is not stalking them. Tagging people publicly for everyone to see is not stalking. You're not blocked. I can't give wrenches out because I'm on the StreamYard side. So, anyways, let's see here. Where are we at? So those are some new ones I learned tonight. If tagging were stalking, then it would not be an available feature on YouTube. If you don't like somebody on YouTube, you are free to block them on YouTube. You will not see them. You can block people from getting on your channel, and you'll still see them in the chats. However, then there's another option you've got where you can block people on the Google side, and you will not see them at all. They are completely invisible to you. Those are tools that definitely should be utilized by people, particularly our professional victim crowd out there. Now, I did, and I will confess this, and I will leave this live stream up tonight. No worries. I pledged the first 500 buckaroos, $500. Hello, John Henzo the second. $500 to the people that were the crowd that was on Angel's channel earlier, that really show a lot of empathy, a lot of concern in this matter of professional victimhood. I figured, what would be a better way than to go ahead and create a local sanctuary on the internet here. Somehow we'll figure this thing out. We will absolutely register a nonprofit. Hey, sweet. We'll register an NPO, is what they're called. And we will call it the Professional Victims Advocates Chapter, or some shit like that. And I think for every professional victim on this platform that talks shit about people and then cries wolf when people shoot back, should definitely have a sanctuary, a safe haven that they can go to and share their stories with members, peers of professional victimism. Is that a word? If not, we should make it one. 30, 26, 27 people in the house. Oh, yeah. I thought that was hilarious. I think the chat did too. So look, let me tell you something. I'm a man, all right? If I was a woman, and I heard people sitting there trying to butter me up and say, well, welcome to the drama, the messed up drama community, where all hell breaks loose. And you never know who's going to talk shit about who's going to call welfare checks on who's going to SWAT, which, of course, SWAT has been way over and misused word out here. A door knock at the cops showing up at your house and knocking on your door is bad enough. When somebody does it, and it's a knock and talk. That's not a SWAT. Somebody asked me if I've ever been swatted, and the answer is no. I have never been swatted. The odds of me ever being swatted are very low because where I live, I think most of the cops know who I am, and not in a bad way. But anyways, where are we at here? Draft Abe. Terry, you are really rooting for attention tonight. You should absolutely go live on your channel. Rada does. You might have a lot in common with him. And you never know. You guys might hit it off well, and then he's got himself a new co-host. God help you. Oh, may God have mercy on your soul, if you do. Oh, me oh my. Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball. Well, that's cool. Coins. I mean, my email's on my about page. I have DM on Discord, Bobo9547, I think it is. And you can DM me. Feel free. I will not call you a stalker if you decide to DM me and say hello. I actually welcome that. So, I don't know what else to say about people that like to chase clout because there's nothing going on in their world on here. And I think that, like people love to just like rain on everyone else's parades. And they want a piece of the pie, but, it just doesn't work for them. Some people, on here are, I don't know, they're just not made for this. And it's not for me or you or anyone else to decide. It's not for us. It's for them to decide. There's that. Other live. I don't know. I can't see the YouTube side. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on in the chat. I've only got one of them, and that's on my channel. And so I absolutely would. You'd be my savior. You'd be my messiah from above if I could get that. I'd love to have that. I was at work when that was going on, and it was hard enough to grab what I got out of that, but that would be awesome. That'd be great. I got the clip. Say it's on my channel. You guys want to see my clips? Are on my channel. It's all public. I don't know what else to say, guys. I listen. I appreciate all of you. I really do. Okay, hang on a second here. There's going to be some dead air just for a minute. I will be right back. Hang on. Hold on now. Hang on. Where you at, Brian? Okay, problem solved. Geez, why do I have to keep doing this? Why can't people just talk? Just let people talk. I've had to fix a problem in the chat. Come on, really? How often do I even not go live? Right? I don't. I just don't. I would. It's easier for you guys to go live and me just to come around the bend and watch people just spurg out about me and can't keep my name out of the mouths. I don't know. It's intriguing. It is. Anyways, what is my take on Iran? The situation over there. I think it's I'm actually going to answer that question. My take on that is this. The military-industrial complex is just that, very complex. I'm certainly not a military strategist. I know minimal stuff about it. I can identify some ranks and a few branches. I can, I know some basic lingo. What's your MOS? What's your E-grade pay? Remember E1? E1. Where's Albert now? But outside of that, I certainly am not an authority in that area at all. So don't take me for a nut. But obviously, there is some conflict going on over there. We are shelling Iran, Tehran, and shit like that. And they are firing missiles back. I guess they had a U.S. embassy earlier. Nobody was hurt, though. Sure was unoccupied, probably evacuated. So it's like a rocket war. Missiles going back and forth and back and forth in the fog of war. I mean, war is hell. Don't get me wrong. I totally agree with that. But at the end of the day, you got Israel, who's kind of been at it with those other countries, and those other countries been at it with them. And like Hamas and the Palestine, in Gaza and over there. when that was going on. How's it going to end up? I don't know. I don't. Again, I couldn't tell you that there's going to be a ground invasion. I seriously doubt that. You're talking a colossal loss of life on both sides of the aisle. I think we already lost. And this, I'm going to be dead serious. But last number I saw on our U.S. troops that were KIA over there, killed in action, was up to 6. That's 6 families that are going to be getting a knock on the door, unfortunately, and I'm sure they have already. And that sucks. In that realm, nobody wins in war. Nobody. But anyways, I got a feeling this rocket attack that's going on is probably going to be going on. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? 2 weeks, a month? I don't know. I have no idea. I really don't know. Eventually, at some point, you think you run out of targets to keep shelling. I understand Mike Cerrone is being deployed over there. I seen something about that earlier, and well, that sure is interesting to know. Kind of killed their pope. I didn't kill anyone, Terry. I'm in my house right now, and unlike Mike Cerrone, I'm not being deployed anywhere. Well, I do stand corrected. I'm going to be deployed at my job later today, and that's about it. But I didn't kill anybody, Terry. So sorry, wrong guy. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. Anyways, now we got 30 people in here. I'll give you a quick number. Damn. And what are you guys doing here? You guys, okay, who's better at this? Is Rada better at this? Or am I better at this? Now we lost 2. And don't get me wrong, I lit up on Angels like a Christmas tree at them guys. Because, you get on here, you get on a panel, you call somebody a stalker 800,000 times, you have nothing to show for it. Oh, damn it. I blew it. He is boring as fug. Thank you. It's just lame. It's who wants to turn his channel on and just watching him drive down the highway. He's boring. Thank God for Squishy the cat getting on there, I guess, and at least giving us some form of entertainment value. She's interesting to watch and listen to and hang out with. Like I said, even Wicked Weenie, when them two had their thing going, they had a thing going. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes, they did. Did you guys know that your mental condition or status is determined on how many YouTube accounts that you have? I did not know that. It's a new one to me also. New one for the books. Cook the books. Drop them da-da-das. You're still there, dude. We're just gonna call facts. Somebody said something about Game Over 2 earlier. I know that guy's got some fun video content on his channel. I couldn't find the Rada Waddle video. That what's her name? What was her name? Was it Wendy or something? Something like that. Walked up to him and got him to put his name out there. What's up, Petey? You're up late. Feeling great? Damn you for coming up with the kick off the panel game over there on Jeff is live, or Jeff is here. Damn you, Patriot. Damn you. Cursed you. Anyways, whether or not you're the very first person, I don't know. But I do remember you did do that. You had to do it, didn't you? Well, one thing is, and this is one thing I will credit the shit show here, and you can say I'm buttering them up, or so they can't fit through the door, but I'm just simply stating a fact. And the heat of the moment, when you have people on a panel and they are getting down to some serious shit, the last thing you want to do is kick off the panel and have the person get dropped even for 5 minutes. It just kills it off. And that I see that time and time again on channels that have, also copycatted or done that. And I cringe every time. I'm like, dude, you are in the heat of the moment here. You have like 99 freaking people here watching you, and they're all in tune to this. And it's the perfect moment, man. It's the perfect moment. And then now you just, boom, whack somebody off the panel. Somebody sent them $10. Dang, man, it ruins it. I mean, you bring that person back and, that's it. I mean, it's one and done. You kind of give them a cooling period, right? That's right. We all understood that. So, man, I mean, I don't even do that on my channel. It's just if you have my Cash App and you wire me money and you say this is to drop so and so, not happening. That money's going to be bounced right back your way. And if you don't want it, I'm going to donate that cash to a charity, like St. Jude's or a local food pantry or something in your area, or if I know where that is, or just some random charity. That's what I'm going to do with it. So don't ever send me money and try to kick somebody off my channel. It's not going to happen. Other people do it, and that's fine, but I don't do it here. So there's that. Do you see any Cash Apps posted? No, you don't. Hey, put your Cash Apps in the chat. Maybe I'll get some money. Do you know Rick Fruit, that ungrateful jackass that was on my chat earlier? Did you know that on my panel one night, he got $50. $50. People, he got like 3 donos because he put his Cash App in the chat, and people actually wired this guy money. Can you believe that? Well, that could be Terry. I don't know. I can't get in the chat and see what's going on right now. I mean, your channel, well, when we're going live, I was getting whacked every like 2 seconds. And I just got tired of it, and I said, to hell with it. I'm done. I'm out. Gone. And I just left, I guess. I got bored. I do want to do a shout out to all the people that kept timing me out when they did for the 2.5 years or however long it was, because by timing me out, you have completely erased any record of me even being there. Thank you very much. Unless you grab screenshots before I got whacked, then they're gone. So if you try to recollect my memory of something that I said or that I supposedly said on so and so's channel on such and such a time and date, timestamp, whatever. I mean, I hope you got a screenshot to go along with that, man, because I don't recollect. I have no recollection of that. I'm not likely going to even remember it. But if I do, if you're lucky, just vaguely. Because again, when you do that, if you time somebody out for 1 second, then every comment they made prior to that, including that comment, goes poof and disappears. And you will not see it on the chat replay. It says message deleted. That means it is gone. It is Control-Alt-Delete laws. Speaking of which, on my old laptop, I have a quad fold that me and some guys made up. That was way back when I was in the NASL server this is way before Mr. Harry Balls 5557, which is his hashtag of his channel, kicked me out of that first server, and then more recently kicked me out of the one that she's got now. He blocked me from her channel like 2 years ago. He did. He admitted it too. But when I was actually in that server and you had Deborah, do you remember her? She was that native lady, and you got her all messed up because she got arrested for DWI on the reservation, and it would have just been knocked down to like disorderly conduct or something, but you got her all messed up and in the tribal court. They call them resolutions, I guess. Not laws, but it's like their laws of their land. Which of course they're considered sovereign nations in themselves, and many of them have what you call tribal police. So, anyways, and then there was the one lady, was the Justice for Kaylee. Remember her? She used to get in there in the VCs with us back then. Of course, I'm new out here, I'm new. I'm a noob. I remember Team Skeptic. I remember Josh Abrams coming around in those VCs. Don't get me wrong, I didn't do a ton of them. I just remember them all being in there, and I did talk to them. I listened. They're interesting stories. The Kaylee one was a sad story. If you remember anything about that, that was the lady's, whatever her name was. Her son was with a friend of his, and these what were they? They were like DAA or ATF agents. Like a task force roll up on him, and they had an arrest warrant for the guy he was with, and they wound up shooting and killing him. And his buddy, of course, the one they actually were wanted, got arrested. And as I recollect, he wasn't even armed. AFA is still there. He still uploads videos on his channel. I don't see him really going live. The Fraud Under Control guy was mentioned on Angel's channel earlier, and I remember there's a lot going on with that guy in DMA, Denver Metro Audits, right now. It's pretty messy situation there. Some federal lawsuits and stuff going on between them. I guess there's a lawsuit, and then there's a counterclaim, and all this other shit going on between them. But what a mess. What a mess. Bucket Boy, wow, that's a good question. I do not know. You might, if he actually, if he wasn't such a dick to me, public occultist out there, might be able to answer that question. He's probably watching. Probably. Hell, he's been at Golden Boys the last, 2 or 3 nights up until like 4 in the morning. So, he's still there. Yes, DMA is suing him. And then I think there's a countersuit going on. Fraud Under Control in hand. Remember the frog over there, UK? Remember that guy? There was Pants. That was a cool person. They used to stream movie nights in her server. I remember that. But anyways, just all of that going on. But I made this quad fold with some friends of mine. And it was basically, I have to find it. If I find it, it's like 2-sided. I'll upload it on my illustrious community tab that everyone's come to love and adore, and cursed that community tab, and Abe and his creeperish ways of tagging people who talk shit about him for hours on end to no avail. But that's different. And that's the argument I was gonna try to make on Angel's Chandler, but man, did anybody count how many times that guy dropped me off the panel? Was it like 25? Was it 35? Was it Windows 95? I stopped counting after 15 times. And he would always drop me when Rada was losing the argument too. That sucked. Whenever I was getting one up on him, he would throw me back. Or if I was going at him, he would throw me back. And that's what he did. I don't hate him though. I like the guy, but come on, dude. I'm just calling like it is, right? Quick Vic came on there and kind of said, man, why are you dissing on Abe for, man? He's cool out here, man. Why are you fucking with him? And then I kind of ended it. Rada's the one that got up there to do what he did. If you know what he did what he did. Well, then you know me. I'm sorry, what point was I trying to get to? I have a quad fold that was me and a group of 4 or 5 of us did way back in the day. It was 2022 or something when Cholito first came around the bend on YouTube. Something like that. Was it 22 or 23? I can't remember. It might have been earlier than that. Was it 2019? I don't know. Man, I don't know. But we all put our heads together and made this quad fold, and everybody wanted a copy of it. So I put it out there for free. There was some guy who published a really funny book. Does anybody know who Flat Derp is? That's a cool channel to sub to. Remember the Ironton auditor guy? And you remember that cop that's built like a frickin' brick who does MMA fighting and shit? Who was an Ironton city cop? And over there, I would not mess with that guy. You better hope to hell you gotta run that guy. Cop or no cop, he is a cop. That guy comes charging after you. As soon as that guy gets a hold of you, you're done. That's it. Game over. it's Quaintance. So Chili, remember when he was challenging that guy to a duel, and they were going to go meet up and have a big fight, and they sold tickets, and then Delete Laws kind of wussied out of it the last minute. Yeah, that. Remember the stalker, the weird stalker, that short guy that showed up on his live? Remember when that was a little extreme? I remember when him and Kate went nose to nose when he was at this pro police and firefighter parade, and the cops nearby, and he just wanted to like sock her or something. He was asking the cops, "Hey, if I hit her, do I get is that self-defense or do I get arrested?" And they were like, "You'll get arrested. You'll get arrested." He didn't do it. He got arrested at the where's it? What is it in Ironton, the city hall? Remember that when they got arrested because they stayed in there after hours for trespassing? There was that lady, chief of police, who man, that was crazy shit back then. I got to tell you. But I'm new out here. Remember, I'm new. I am new. But anyways, that's what it is, man. It's time's long past. We the people tyrant wars, man. Fucking around with people in my old side of YouTube first before they went anywhere else. They did do that. Yeah, they did. They did do that. Actually, about Rick Crude. Remember that? Yeah. But I could never figure out why were they so vested in the little group that I was kind of hanging out with at the time, and I never fully did. Well, I kind of did because Rick Crude was in there in the inner circle, and some of the people, the key players, let's just say that they were targeting or defending or whatever at the time, were involved in that group, and that's probably why they were there. I mean, we all know that. Look, the reason that they were going after the shit show, if y'all or any of y'all are listening there, is because Berg was on there. That's the only reason I could figure out. Was because of him. He was on there, and they were out for blood with that guy. Remember that? Oh shit! Oh shit! It was me and the guy Patriot Defense that was in the chat here that got in Berg's chat when he has. That was his Mr. Psyop channel. And he gave us wrenches like he did everybody else, and we all of a sudden landed on their shit list, man. They wanted our doxes like mad. And that's where people on my side of YouTube got it all wrong and said, "Well, Abe's trying to dox Patriot Defense to Tyrant Wars. Go ask Salty Rant about it, you know?" Anybody knows about that idiot? And the reason he got ixnayed and iced out of the 1A community back then. Yeah, those thick and thin, those stories, man. 21 grand in taxes, man. I remember when Huck and them said I owed like $3 million or 1.3 mil. Man, if I owed that many taxes, I must have made a shit ton of money in my day, man. Let me tell you. Oh, you are still here. Good, man. So those people, Patriot, those people were running around saying that I was doxing you with Tyrant Wars or I was trying to get intel on you and give to them, when it was actually them trying to get info on both of us because we had been given wrenches on his channel back in good old 23, man. Good old 23. So that's what that was actually really about. The truth be told. And just go ask Rada. I'm sure he'd know. Or not. He would not know. That idiot. Anyways, guys, this is old news. Now, when I'm now, Stabby, are you out there? Are you out there, Stabby? Don't worry, I'm not gonna ask about laptops. I'm not gonna talk about any of that shit. You know me, I don't care about that stuff. I really don't. It's all that is what do you call that? Like it's called like selective rage, manufactured drama. But why? Okay, you are still there. What was I going to say to you? Shit, I can't remember what I was going to say to you. I had something to say to you. It was good too. I'm tired, man. I'm tired because I work all the time, man. I work. What was I going to say to you? Okay, I had something good for you too, man. I'll think about it later. Oh, now I know what I was going to say to you. So when you came up with the beavers, when you did that, some of us OGers out here were thinking of the guy beaver. The guy who's, I guess, got his van set on fire some years ago. Tyrant Wars is going after him for some god. I mean, I never figured that one out. I don't even know why they were going after him. But they were out for him, man. They were. And but that's where the kind of confusion. That's when people say potato or something. People are calling like AC. Are you out there still? Breaker 19. Are you out there? Shit show. Come on back. You got your ears on. I'm old enough to remember CB radio because that was a precursor to this shit. What was I going to say to him now? And then I remember that. Oh shit. Anyway, I had something important. Nemesis would know about CBs. He's an OTR man. Well, he's a trucker. I think he's got a local route. He's a day cabber. There you go. Now, when people said my driver's license was suspended or revoked, bedtime clown and all them, I was driving on a commercial license. Not an 18-wheel semi, but I was definitely driving some big trucks. Part of my job, man. It's part of my job. Let us see here. What was I going to say to him, man? I had something good to say. It's getting heated up in the chat right now, man. Boy, it's getting on fire. On fire. Okay, I'll sing it. Why the hell not? You only live once. Go big and go bold. Again, we didn't start the fire. It's been always burning since our wheels been turning. Oh shit, man. What was I gonna say to him too? I had something good for him, man. Something good in the neighborhood. But I can't think of what it is. Shout out to Joe Cool out there. I remember an old buddy of mine. What was this guy? He passed. He got the poor guy had gotten. He had really hard diabetes, and he was a guy who knew Joe. He was. It's been a long time, man. It's been a while. But anyways, I'll think of it just a minute. Thick Chicago accent on this guy, and he had a big YouTube channel of like over 100-some grand, way over that. Yeah, okay, that. I could have said it better myself. Nice truck, man. Nice truck. The Disorderly Product News, DPN. That's who I'm talking about. His name was Joe too, and but not Joe Cool. When I put that news out there, XL1, and they were all going, "Oh, you talking about Joe Cool's? No longer among us." I'm like, wrong Joe. I'm talking about Disorderly Product News. I was going to mix them up with DMA. Don't get me wrong. I do not come from 1A anything. I did not. I was never an auditor, a cop watcher. I just became aware of some of them, got to know some of them. I knew who 303 was years before Burr did, actually. Before his world got kind of twisted upside down. Yeah, I did steal that from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And where the hell did he go, man? His channel's got nukes like Katie's did. We all know who did that. Shit, man. He was in Discord for a little bit, and I don't think he's even on there, is he? So I don't know what's going on with that guy, but anyways, Jam, man. 30-some thousand sub channel got nuked. Katie's probably still crying over losing her channel. What was it, like 4.24 or 6.24 grand subs. See, I'm a little dyslexic. 6,2,400 subs, some odd subs, and the channel got nuked. Damn, man, that stings. We have seen so many channels go down in the strike wars. It's not even funny. It really isn't. And I am going to say this. I am going to say. I know recently I did a community tab. Our old friend, our old buddy, old pal, Silly Wabbit, who just offers so much to the panel, man. I don't know. Don't ask me. But yeah, his channel sort of went on the fritz, and well, anyway, it's gone. History. Benito. Blues is going live on 0151, man. Damn. Anyway, man, there's a lot of heat on there. What's going on, man? What's going on? Someone, please fill me in on what's going on there. What's up with him? I haven't seen him in my chat in a while. I haven't talked to him yet. So, yeah, man, we're hit. We're hit. A lot of channels sunk, man. A lot of channels got sunk last year, and this year really is man, it's been taking a toll. And the thing that really sucks about that, the thing that sucks, is when a channel goes down, all of its old content goes with it. I mean, even if you download it, it's still not the same. It isn't. And yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, when Rick Fruit's original channel, his second channel went down. The original channel, a lot of you got it. Okay, I know Golden Boy and them were playing some of the content off of that the other day. He lost access to that channel, and he created his other channel, which got nuked. And then the next, I think he's had like 4 or 5 of them nuked since I have known of him. So, anyways, people are. You guys still going at Stabby in the chat, man? Oh, the Hebrew shit. Look, at the end of the day, we have heard plenty from Stabby, more than plenty. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm just saying Stabby has been on panel after panel after panel. I mean, I didn't even know this shit was going down over in Bubs, and y'all still going at her over this. Come on now, guys. Oh, was he live? I had no idea. I did not know that. Thank you for sharing. Sharing means caring. Well, he only goes live for a little bit, man, and then he's gone. The other day, when I did get on the shit show, and I right there at the tail end, I did. I know that Squishy had told Stabby that she would try to get up on there and talk to him, and she did try to get up on there, and I guess Stabby supposedly did too. I don't know, and at least that's I've come to find out. Supposedly, don't quote me on that. And then he just cut the live stream, man. He ended it. He was gone. He deleted the live stream, and that was it, man. That was it. History is history making. So who's John? Make me okay. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that one. But no. So he obviously just avoiding the issue. He doesn't want to talk about it. And it just leaves people to jump to their own conclusions, Matt, over that. And I have said this even earlier in the stream and before, that everything that was going down in their group was going down in Discord VCs. It was not going down on YouTube. So you're not going to find old live panels and shit that even if you've tried to archive stuff or whatever on it. You're just not. I mean, Hebrew covers some lol cow or some shit like that. I don't know who they are. It's really lame-o. It's kind of like low level trolling, if you will. And he just covers this one person, and that's all he does. That's the last I knew anything about Hebrew. I've known Hebrew since he first got on. Since you guys want to talk about that, let's talk about that. Let's move on to that. AC had a question for you. I don't remember what it was. Probably wasn't important anyway. You can just disregard it. 1074. That's a 10 code for disregard. Like I said, something I don't remember. It don't matter. Hebrew operator. I first got to know him when he came around in 2023. Okay. He kind of came around the time that Ambien alcohol kicked off earlier in that year, February, March, somewhere up in there. And okay, so what is your question? I didn't ask you a question. I had something I wanted to say to you. I already said it, didn't I? I think I did. So that's all I had for. I appreciate you, though. I didn't have any. I don't think I got anything for you. I just don't. I mean, I don't cover any of that stuff on my channel. If y'all want to know about Hebrew, he first came around the bend. Remember Glenn Lanebright? Man, he was around. We were all going up on his panels when he was just getting his feet wet. And he would live stream. He would throw his phone up on his windshield. He would go live as he was going to and from work. He was working as a cook back then, I remembered, at some restaurant. And that was that. And one day, what he did is camera out when he was getting ready to turn outside of his subdivision where he lives. And what he did is he had left his camera turned on, and he pulled down his street. You can see the street sign on the corner. And he drove up to his house. You can see this nice manicured lawn, really cute looking house. It is. His parents' house, mom's house, whoever's house. And then he pulls in the driveway, and we see this nice RV in there and shit, man. And then he takes his phone off, and we're doing everything we can in the chat because he didn't have a panel going, right? See, we were just in the chat like this. We're live. Oh my God, look who's still alive. You need to go live about it and give us the update, the weekend update. Remember, like on Saturday Night Live. So anyways, let's see here. He took his phone out and he walked up to his front door and he went inside and he started talking to his mom, and we could hear her talking, and we did say hello to her on his live stream, and his address numbers were obviously shown when he went up to his front door. He did. Nerd! Oh my God, Nerd! Oh wait, hey, sweet sugar, how you doing? Nerd is in the house. Oh man, I'm gonna end this thing in a few minutes, man. I got 31 people in here. They're all watching me. Why are you guys watching me? Anyways, maybe I'll do a panel my next day off from work. Yeah. Now, with that being said, man, the obsession of with this guy known as Abe is really real. Man, it is. You're killing me, Abe. So Hebrew goes in his house, and we're all literally yelling in our phones. We're not on panel with him in a text that, dude, you have your camera turned on. At that time, Tyrant Wars was wanting a piece of his ass because he knew me. And because Mr. Psyop there gave us wrenches on his channel not too long before that. We didn't ask for him, he just gave him out. What are the odds of that? That guy right there, Salty Head, not Salty Blonde, Salty Rant, was given a wrench too. I used to pick his brain apart. I offered Bird $200 once to take his wrench. He did not take me up in that offer. So that being said, so what happened after that is somebody known as Flying Monkey, who Rada knew at the time, was hanging out like the Tatted Aviators channel. You go to Tatted Aviator right now. You can see like a 12-hour live stream with a lot of familiar faces on that panel. Page B, STL, Rada, Flying Monkey. What's her name? Oh shit, I can't. She hasn't been on in a long ass time. But I can't think of her name. But she's on there. And you can go say hi to her. Okay? All right? So Flying Monkey, Hebrew made that video private, but not before she grabbed that. And Flying Monkey, where's Midwest Mama 2? That's her daughter-in-law, I guess. Right? So Flying Monkey makes a video and uploads it on her channel of him pulling into a subdivision, everything I just described on her channel. All right? So that's initially how his address got doxed or put out there. Yes, he accidentally did it himself. And then, of course, people shared it around. Now, let us time warp. And I'm going to sing it. Let's do the time warp again. Come on, sing it, guys. With me. In spirit. Come on, guys. Let's do the time warp again. Okay, so with that out of the way, Hebrew gave out his prison ID number. He showed his card on screen. We kept telling him, we told him not to do it because Tyrant Wars and Rick and Huckleberry and all them were out for blood with this guy, man. Tyrant Wars was wanting to know about him in their community tab. If it's still there, I I think they did a video on him. I'm not sure. So anyways, what happens here in 2024 is this. Don't quit your day job. Hey, come on now. I am a pro. Well, okay. I'm not a superstar, but I'm a pro, a quasi-pro, pseudo-quasi-pro streamer, damn it. And don't you forget it either. Don't leave home without it. Abe Express. So, like, Huckleberry is in her server. There is no, I'm going to be perfectly clear on this. There is no Stabby Shade around. Now, she was around, but she was not involved in any of this. Remember, back then, all my haters started to jump on Hebrew's channel and in his server when he finally made that. So one day, Huckleberry decides she's going to set a little bit of a bait trap on her server. And she did. She was successful at reeling him into her server. Now, I was not privy to this. I was not there. If somebody recorded it, I'm sure they did. It never got put out there. Not like we see today. Or we saw with LG's the server she got from Probably Crispy and all them VCs that leaked out of that one. Remember that one a couple years ago? Oh yeah. Some real juicy stuff, embarrassing stuff at that. People were saying in there. My server, in the interest of transparency, Truthfinder UK did record us in there one day, and he uploaded a video and he hashtag Bird. All right, because he was going at Tonic and Sales and I think a couple others in there. And that did happen, and I did take ownership of that. Okay, he got in my VC, and he just showed up there with a Lexus or something, vehicle, avatar of some sort, as I recollect it. My memory doesn't serve me right, and I remember it was Hebrew Operator was in there. He's like, "Who's the new guy?" And it didn't dawn on me to say, "Hey, would you unmute your microphone and say hi?" And it was actually Truthfinder UK. Yeah, that. And I did own that. I mean, that happened to my server, happened to my dime and my watch, and I own it. Okay, I didn't use due diligence in that one. And actually, of all people, he called it out. Oops, a daisy. Lesson learned the hard way. Then there was the thing with 303. Remember that? If you guys were around when that was going on, and all that shit going on. Bird recording my VC. And cutting me when I was telling a story that never should have been told online by somebody that I know, that you guys have semi come to know. Needn't I repeat that? So Huckleberry reels Hebrew to get in her server, and a lot of us were warning him against doing it. But he's a grown ass man, and he makes his own decisions. So he goes in there and she starts just going in at him, full throttle, accusing him of all of this mad, crazy shit. Now, mind you, he does have a criminal record of different things, but she was putting a spin on it like she always did back then, although she's pretty much disappeared now because, well, a certain double agent, she decided to, let's just say, she bit off more than she could chew, or so it would seem. Now, speaking of that Tonic guy, man, that guy was not lying when he said that's probably somebody you don't want to f around with. I do believe, I did believe him then. I do believe him now. And if you didn't then, I'm sure you do now. Anyways, getting back to this, that's like Paul Harvey, and now the rest of the story, right? So she gets him in her server, she's going on at him, and then she goes live on her channel, and she's blasting the fuck out of him, doxing him, doxing his family members. So everybody who says that, and I know that like 420 and Stabby, are at odds. 420, I don't have an issue with either one of these ladies. Neither one has ever done a thing to me, really. But for anyone that says, and you can try all you want to try to spin this how you want to spin it, But this is the absolute truth of how his family and them got doxxed. They were doxxed by Huckleberry and Rick Rude. Those two did it. Okay? Yes, they did. I was told by a credible source that was in that VC, or in that channel anyway, when this is all going on, that, that was going on in her server, and I remember her going live and doing it on her channel. I don't know if it was the next day or the next week, or it was pretty close to when that VC was going down. And she started doxing his entire bloodline. Okay? That did happen. That came to be back in 2023. 2023. So we're going back 3 years ago, man. And that's really what happened. I mean, as soon as he showed his old prison ID card with number on there, he doxed himself. And that's how that went down. I remember people trying to accuse me of doxing him on Queen Wasp's channel and all that shit. Whoever was behind the Honest Abe Point 15 account has either A, changed their handle, because I can't find that channel anymore, or B, deleted it, which I highly doubt they did, or C, they got it got nuked. It could have been a brand account of somebody that lost their channel, perhaps. I don't know. But there was an insider when that was going on that told me that the Honest Abe Point 15 account was the one that dropped his name in her chat, misspelled the name apparently. I'm assuming the last name, perhaps. I'm not sure. I wasn't there when that was going on, and yes, my wrench was pulled and I got hidden. And that's a whole other story. And that was like a 7-hour something stream. But the fact of the matter is, he doxed himself. He put his shit out there. People like us were doing everything in our power to get him not to do it, and he did it anyway. And that's because he was trying to prove himself against Southwest Jeff, I believe it was. I could be correct on that, but I'm pretty sure that was. There was a story that was going around that he assaulted a underage coworker at his job. Somebody who was in 17 or something at the time, something like that. And that he actually brought that guy on his channel and interviewed him and showed the world, that in fact that guy was him and his family's friends. And that guy sat there and just openly, was talking about it. And to his benefit and to back himself and his story, that probably was a wise thing to do, for him to do that. To show that that isn't true, that, that guy that they're speaking about actually was someone who was close to his family. So there's that. There's a lot of hard blood there. Hebrew was involved in the drama of the pred catching community. That I know, but as far as being a pred catcher, I don't think so. Go talk to him if you can get a hold of him and ask him if you want. But I'm gonna go on a limb here, and based on recent sightings of him kicking his and going live. I guess he went live earlier. I didn't know that. Probably notification of it, but I was not paying attention to it. Whatever. Because I've seen Blues go live. And I'm going to end this thing in just a few minutes. But for better or for worse, the start of his problems is when he put his information out there, trying, proving himself to what he was or what he was not. Defending himself. It was a very defensive posture. Much the same as you've seen with me when I get on panels and people run their mouths and talk shit, mad shit about me and have nothing to show for it. Same thing. They can't get the narrative right. No one's perfect out here. I'm not perfect. Just because you might say something wrong somewhere. We've all done it. I've done it. Does not make you a fucking liar. If that's the case, then everyone on this planet is a liar. Okay? People misspeak. People are taken out of context. It happens all the time. People clip people, and they mix clips. Did you guys know when you upload a video on YouTube, it says it asks you the question: have you altered someone's audio, and you have to answer yes or no. So I have an editor that I can upload videos on, and it'll show me cuts where I can see if that's happened or not. If I get a hold of the raw video, preferably the raw video. So anyways, yes, Hebrew showed an inmate, a state prison inmate card. Yes, he did go to state prison. That is a true story. That's his story to tell, not mine. I don't want to get it wrong. I have kind of the lowdown on it. It was a horrible tragedy that happened some years ago. And I remember him telling this story over and over again. And some stories are better left untold. Okay. Why do you guys think I don't talk about my personal shit out here? Because if people are fucking around with me, going the whole Abe was a fake cop and blah, 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 this and blah, that, and on and on and on and on and on for 3 fucking years, pardon my French, that's called an attention getter, for better or for worse. But what do you think people are going to do if I talk about my pretty boring personal life? I mean, there's not much to speak when it concerns my family. I came from a pretty normal upbringing. What's normal, though? There's no Leave It to Beaver family out there who's old enough to remember, or Family Ties, or any of those kind of shows, those sitcoms, Family Matters, and stuff in the 80s and 90s that were all. What do you think? Married with Children was a show that came out to be the complete opposite of that. The 180 family that everyone just reveres, despises, and cringes at. You grind your teeth every time you see a skit on there. And that makes you laugh even harder. But that was the first of its kind. I mean, it got pretty wild in there when they were recording that. I heard they had metal detectors installed for the audience because it was recorded before a live studio audience. Like Cheers or any of those shows back then in the day, right? Yeah. So there's that. No, what I'm saying is that Hebrew brought this former coworker of his on a live stream, and I believe he was sitting in his car, or he was standing out. I can't remember. This is 3 years ago, and he was interviewing him because Southwest Jeff and them had accused him of assaulting him at his job. That I remember this because that's what that guy was saying, and then he had Huckleberry and good old Rick Crude in the mix of all of that. That's what I'm saying. He just interviewed this guy. So I think that's a story that he had told somewhere at some point to somebody. He hadn't told it to me, but I remember all this coming out and going on. And that's kind of why he always avoided, as far as I can tell, probably, or I'm assuming, and I know why I assume starts with ASS, makes an ass out of us, that he would avoid that guy. I mean, Southwest Jeff is known to come on the shit show, or used the time anyway, and different channels he would venture to, and he would usually avoid them. That's probably why. But I leave that for him to speak to, not me, in all fairness. So anyways, where are we at here? Terry, you more recently have called me one too. And I thought it wasn't legal in your country to do that. But not a good look, man. Not a good look. The people calling that is always the go-to. And I get so fed up with it. Yes, you can drop the link to Blues in the chat if you would. Right here, right now, and I will cut this thing out, and we'll all go hang out over there. That's a great idea. I really don't have much else to say. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I never usually cut it when there's 30 people in here, but you know what? like I've always said, all things being equal, all good things must come to an end, or better, from good or bad. And the small YouTuber always hedges their bets. I say that too, a lot, and I mean that. Keith Anderson's, you're in the house. This chat is so chill. I mean, it generally is. It generally is. Someone said that I was being talked about over on Vegas Valleys earlier. I didn't catch that. I don't know what was being said or why, but I can only guess who was probably doing that. Not JoJo or Joey. It was probably someone else on his panel there. But I don't know what was said about it. I just know that someone had DM'd me saying, "Hey, I went over there and they were talking about something completely different. It was like Nunzio and him going at it or something." I can't keep track of this shit, and I don't really care. I mean, words on the internet are words on the internet. Okay, I mean, and I want to answer a question that I asked before I go. So someone dropped the link to Blue's chat. I don't care who. Drop the link to his channel, and we'll go over there and say hi. Yes, please drop the link to Blue's channel in the chat. We'll go over there. I just got one more thing I wanted to say. A long time ago, I put out a challenge. I basically said, look, who is the arbiter of receipts? Who is it? Because everyone's biased against somebody else. They're prejudiced against whoever. We all are. And if I sat here and told you I wasn't, I'd be a bald-faced liar, okay? So I am nobody. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I am nobody to, sit here and tell you that I am Mr. Goody Two-Shoes, Mr. Switzerland, that I am perfect in every shape or form. So the answer, and I'm going to leave y'all with this, and I appreciate all you coming by. I'm shocked Mr. Terry Topi hang around, but you did. So anyways, you got to come up with some new ones, Terry. That's all I can tell you, dude. You got to come up with some new ones. I'll give you your 5 seconds of fame, and there you go. Okay, that's all you got. Anyways, again, Bedtime Clown made that one up back in 23, and come up with some new ones. Okay, we have too many pseudo YouTube psychiatrists out here. For God's sakes, Mike Cerrone being among them, and a marriage counselor, and a federal agent, and being deployed on missions overseas now, I guess, in Iran, and what the fuck ever. It's almost like another Rick Rude. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. But the answer to that question, I want you guys to think about this next time I go live in about a month from now. That's pretty much how it's been going lately, is this. The answer to who is the arbiter of receipts. And the answer is very simple. It's kind of a riddle, actually. You are. I am. Each one of us is the gatekeeper, not necessarily, and Zool, Ghostbusters, of our own receipts. And that's the answer. That's it. I know what I've done. You guys have known what you have done. It just doesn't matter. And now he shows up to the end of the stream. Shout out to the replay crew. Go live, my guy. Now we're going over to Blue's channel right now, and we're going to go check it out, okay? Does somebody want to reshare that link again, or do you not? Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Steady. I didn't even do a panel tonight. I'm too tired for this. I'm gonna jump over there and see what's going on. He's talking about 0 and 51, I guess. Why I don't. Well, he's talked about him before, so I have no idea. Anyways, man, I'm just not in the loop. Yes, we see your letters. Hello. I gotta go. Okay, everybody jump over there. Blue's channel. The thing was dropped. I have to go to the YouTube side to share it or to pin it, unfortunately. But go over there. Okay, that's all I got. Terry, again, you gotta come up with some new ones. As ill as you've spoken about, like this guy right here, you did the same thing Rada did, dude. You did, my guy, and you copied his content. When he would bring me up, we've talked about this before, remember? Yeah, you did. So you gotta. The one thing people want out here, this is what I've come to find. One thing people want out here, if you are a streamer, is they want someone who's original. They want you to be authentic. all on your own. If I copycatted other people's content, people would see it almost immediately, and they would just go, "Not another one." You know what I mean? So, I deliberately do things on my channel, and like I my little, my own like ways saying shit, doing things, doing it my way. And I see how some of you do how you do you, and I actually will literally do everything I can to go out of my way to not do what you do. Okay, that's me. Hush puppies are awesome. Anyways, there you go. I've been trying to get this guy to go get a fucking job. Go work. Go do something with your life, man. I mean, come on. You're just like, what are you doing with yourself? What's going on with you? Factually wrong? How so is that? I haven't seen these guys even talk. They don't even talk about you, dude. They don't. The only thing I've seen them say is, they'd like to see you go work. Look, I guess you say you're a software engineer, man. I mean, that's a big thing. That's a very big thing. Hell, I know a friend of mine who's retired from doing that. This guy bought his freaking BMWs and all of this shit, all of his vehicles in his house. His freaking 2-story house. This guy paid for it in cash. Okay? He still is. Yes, he is. The guy, he had a complete meltdown, a downward spiral on here, and he's still at it. I mean, Jesus Christ. Go live, Terry. Go live and give us the whole lowdown. Let's hear the whole thing. Take us from day one when you were born. Oh, God help us. To today. No, scratch that. Take us to what life was like before the spiral. Okay, and then take us to where we're at today. And that is where you are today. What give me some advice then? Well, dude, come on. All you do is talk about me. Your avatar is of me. Okay? There is that. And you know what? That should be the last and final comment in the chat. It's not just this was the ending. It's not just the ending. It's the end of an ending. Okay? And that's it. That's a wrap, Jack, man. I'm out of here. Go check out Blue. See you later. Bye. Thanks for showing up. Don't call us. We'll call you. We'll catch you later. Alligators, man. After a while, crocodile. Shoot. Go. Get. Vamos. Vacate the premises. Go. Skedaddle. Come on, you know what movie I'm copying, right? Ferris Bueller's Day Off, man. Great movie, man. Great movie. Chicago, man. Chicago in the 80s. All right, see you later. Bye.
so fucking boring. And fucking whining about dumb shit.